All right, so we're here at the shop. We're gonna interview Mike Prez, but first let's get ready for that interview. Okay, so we're gonna talk to Mike about what makes him drift, but since his Supra's not here, we had this black 98 Supra. You guys might not know. That was my first Supra. I've had it for 11 years. So Mike's gonna hop in the driver's seat and we will have our interview inside this Supra. It's not stock. I don't like anything stock. Okay, if you guys don't know who Mike Prez is, he drifts a Supra on the East Coast. We just drove to the East Coast because Mike had found another Supra, that's that blue one over there. That's gonna be a backup car for me. And then while we were out there, he's like, hey, should I come back with you? I'm like, do it. So he jumped in, drove all the way back from the East Coast with us, and he's gonna go to Winter Jam with us next week. But now we're gonna interview him and ask him some questions. So what makes you drift, Mike?
Oh, I don't know. I guess I'm addicted to it. It's hands down the most fun I've ever had in a vehicle. And then, as soon as I got a car, I got and then now it just ruined my life. So
wait, so like, not to interrupt you, but I have this feeling it's too dark in here.
I agree, and there's no gas pedal, which is freaking
oh, you know why?
It's full panic right
now. Okay, so the gas pedal, I liked that one so much.
This one.
That no, it went into the comp car. I needed to take some of the Supra with me, so some of the parts left and they're in the competition car. But anyways, okay. So yeah, that's too much of a small child situation.
That's
the yeah, that's the. Okay, so we got distracted, but I mean that's normal, right? Yeah, that's normal. Okay, so. The most fun you've ever had in a car?
So when I was growing up, I had no idea about cars. My dad was like a gearhead, and then I got out of it because he got in a bad accident, so I never had any influence. And then back in high school, first time I was driving, literally all we did was just go into cul-de-sacs and rip the handbrake as fast as we can, and with no car control, just like hoping for the best. Most reckless thing we've ever done. My first car was a Kia Rio because I had a handbrake. Oh. Literally picked it because I had a handbrake. That was it. I was hyped on it. As soon as I did that, it just spiraled out of control. And since I was having so much fun, it just consumed my life in every aspect. And then now I'm too deep. Even if I wanted to get out, I'm drowning. I'm in it.
Drowning. It consumed your life. I'm right there with him. Okay, fun fact. You guys have seen the death cart, heard of the death cart? It's a drift cart that used to be a S13. Cut up now is like one of the coolest iconic carts that I don't know, you had to have seen it here. Yep, that's Mike Perez's. It was his first drift car, right? And then
it wasn't my first,
okay,
but it was my longest lasting hatch. Okay, so it was growing up, I had a 240. My first 240 was a hatch, SR, made like 300. It was nothing crazy. And buddy I drove with, it was my buddy Alex's hatch, and I had a C8 in it. We drove together all the time, had my paint on that car for my first car. So he ended up buying a house, having a kid, starting a family, doing the adult things. I'm not an adult, I'm a child, so I bought that car. And from there, it's had every motor conceivable because I can't keep anything together for that long, either by choice or by mistake.
But now it's pretty much famous though.
Yeah, well,
because like your creative side built that and then made it into like having like the gun and like all that other stuff on it. It's pretty much the coolest thing ever.
It fell apart so far and got into a bad enough accident, and then once it came back, it was like you can do whatever you want. And now that's how it became where it is. Which it's still one of my favorite cars I've ever built, but it's just so far gone that it's such a handful.
But it's so cool. And then that is not how I knew of the car. Didn't know that Mike also owned a Supra, and I just am obsessed with Supras. Saw him and his buddy Bill on the East Coast drifting like somewhat matching Supras, or like kind of like their color scheme goes together. It's like a team of two Supras drifting, and I was like, oh, those guys are so cool. But then I had never had the opportunity to meet him. Then come to find out, he also has the death card. So yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's how deep my life is.
That's good.
A whole bunch of useless stuff.
Some of us are right there with you. It's a good thing or a bad thing, whatever.
I'm not dead yet, so
yeah.
Fine.
Okay, so that's why you drift, kind of, and now it's consumed your life. So, next question would be, what is the most difficult part about drifting for you?
Not dying. And it's not in the car. It's literally just feeding myself. And like I have to eat, otherwise I die. And that's probably the most difficult thing about drifting. Everything else comes, I guess, it's second nature at this point. It's being an adult.
Yeah.
Being an adult is hard.
So you're kind of saying that like through all like the other like responsibilities in life, you're still like 100% for drifting, and so it's like really hard to like financially to like get everything where you want to be in drifting. You're probably still not there because we're never quite where we want to be with it, but then like balancing is definitely that's crazy. Good answer. That's a high five one. Well, that kind of sums up that one.
Yeah, I mean, it really doesn't get more in depth than that.
Other people might say like, okay, setting up the car or making the car reliable, or
that's the fun part.
Yeah, but we know how to do that part. Some people, I guess, don't.
Yeah, but even then, like, even if I don't know how,
it's like learn.
That's the fun part. I mean, that's why I keep doing it, because it's always progressive. I like progression. Yeah. This stuff, I guess that's more of the reason why I like drifting. That's a better answer. Just like
and you get to meet like these people all across the world and country
right now
that are like the craziest people that are all very similar. It's like, what the heck? You're just
We're
like
all giant children.
Yeah, giant children that think they can do anything. And you're like, I need to control every aspect of my life, so I'm gonna throw my car out of control and then control it while it's out of control.
But not taxes. You can have that one.
Oh, okay. Moving on to the next question. So far, up until this point in your drifting career, or however far you're gonna say if it's a career or not a career, what like challenges along the way, what sacrifices, and or like what did it take basically to get to where you're at?
All right, so I am full force sacrificed everything for this.
Well, explain, because I know you, I know everything about you, and I'm not going to tell it. They need to know about what about Mike. Like, what have you sacrificed? Just tell them.
Hardest thing about
tell them about the
drifting.
dolphin, maybe.
Hardest thing about drifting is talking about yourself. I hate talking about myself.
But we want to know.
I live in a 1992 Toyota Dolphin RV.
Dolphin.
It is completely flat black. It is the Dolphin. It is maybe about the size of a standard bedroom. It runs and it drives, but I have it plugged into the shop that I'm renting some space out of.
Commitment.
And it literally just makes it easy. Like I said, eating is a second priority to everything else. And I don't know, I left everything to just completely 100% just focus on what I'm doing. At this point now, I'm considering myself self-employed. That way I have the freedom to just hop in a truck with some strange man that's going to bring me to California.
Hopefully he doesn't have a mullet.
Just figured out how I'm getting back today. 4 days deep into this.
Plane ticket.
Yeah.
We figured it out.
Or
we were going to try and just make a crate and have our friend Mike ship him back from FedEx, but because he gets, pretty good deals, FedEx rates, but then we leaned more towards the plane ticket. Unfortunately.
Yeah, but I'm not 100%.
We might sell the plane ticket and see if we can get free shipping in a crate.
Enough snacks, Gushers. Gushers inside and a bucket for me to poop in. I think we can make this.
We can make this happen. I can build a box. Yeah, overnight.
I can build a box.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah. I mean, besides sacrifice-wise, it's always money and time and effort. And I have a little girl too. I have a 7-year-old, so she if it's not the car, it's her, and everything else just gets put on back burner. Single for life because of this. And there's a cat.
What?
Oh, it's gone.
Yeah, sometimes. Well, there's more Supras that way. Yeah, but there's
Supra's just
there's a lot of stray cats around the shop. But off topic. Okay.
You shouldn't talk about your women.
Yeah. So anyway, last question. This one I already know the answer, but so pro drifting, competition drifting. What's your plan? And do you see yourself pushing towards pro drifting? Is that a goal of yours, or is that just a maybe, something you thought about, or is competition out of the out of the picture and you're just doing it for fun? I doubt it. Out of all these sacrifices, I'm doubting he's doing it just for fun. It is pretty fun though.
It is, and I do enjoy the competition. I stayed away from it for a while. I guess either out of fear or like I don't like going into things not fully prepared. I guess I've been drifting for like almost a decade now. It'll be over a decade next year, and I just stayed away from it. But I was just doing my own thing because I always just did it for the sport of it. I never did it for money. But just recently, I guess I'm just starting to try to figure out how to do it better on a higher level, which obviously requires help. And it's basically a scratch your back here and scratch someone else's back there. But it's seeming that I'm in this huge pickle where I don't know if I want to do it the tried and true or if I want to do it my own way. And so I don't know.
If you're like a purebred drifter, you're gonna do it your own way.
100%, which is the daily struggle. I can't just conform. I can't just do it to what's tried and true. But it gives me a fallback plan. So I mean, if everything kicks down the shitter, I'll just come for your ass.
Yeah, we like Mike, so we're gonna help him if we can.
It'd be cool.
Help him figure out however, like.
I've been here for 2 days and you're already trying to make me stay here.
Yeah, we're trying to convince him and show him why he should move to California. I don't know. I like California, but I wasn't from here, so I'm trying to show him like California. Yeah.
It's a lot better than Philadelphia.
Ben, there's another question we're gonna ask you. It's off topic completely, but what makes you rad?
Ooh. I can do this. I can't do it anymore.
Oh, so close.
I don't know. I just do whatever I want, whenever I want. It's freedom. Freedom over money.
Yep. That is a good answer, and we've heard that more than one time. And that's probably because, yeah, well said.
I stole it from the other guy.
No, you didn't. All right, so just we kind of know everything about you, drifting wise, from the East Coast.
Mm-hmm.
Drifts a Supra, drifted many other chassis, has a death cart, likes 2Js.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna pursue pro drifting. He's really good at drifting a Supra. You guys need to go check it out if you haven't yet.
I ran over a guy once.
Yeah, but also you just drift like really.
He survived. He's not dead.
Alright, well, that's Mike Prez. Later. Okay, guys, don't forget to subscribe and Rad merch on the website. Get yourself a shirt, and then we will see you at the next episode. What makes you drift?